We out here. It's Frenemy Fire. Aaron got a massive spray tan. I know he's got a title match coming up, but God, lay off it, Aaron.
Got to get ready for that match, man. I got to spray tan it up.
He's going to become the Scandinavian Hardcore. Wait, fuck. What did Lance Storm call it? Scandinavian Hardcore International title. I can't remember, but it's
my time.
It's it for shit. That's all I know. Lance Storm, the unfunniest man in the world, made it funny. That's all I know. God. I mean, Lance Storm's cool. Hey, speaking of which,
he's hella cool.
There was so much wrestling this weekend, and we are totally allowed to talk about that, judging by my hat. What did you watch and what didn't you? So we can talk about that. I should have asked.
I don't think I watched anything.
None
of it. I'm trying to get back into wrestling. I watched too much hockey.
That's not better. Hockey's not better.
It's better in some regards.
Well, whatever.
Hey, I support women's sports, okay?
I support women's sports too. Minnesota Frost
went back to back, which is great because we're about to have an expansion draft, which means all the teams are going to get gutted.
I don't know what any of that means. Is that like the Raw and SmackDown draft?
Kinda.
I'm learning.
Because it's like when they bring two new teams in. So it's like, oh, we don't want to give you just all rookies and people who don't know anything. So all the current teams can protect two people,
and
then everyone else is up for grabs. It's like draft anyone you want.
Fair. Well, speaking of women's sports and a draft, I didn't watch NXT Battleground, but you know what I hate is when they do a premium live event for any company, and then they do a title match, and then the next weekly show they do another title match, and then like if the champion retained at the event, they lose that week. Just fucking make them lose at the event. What are we doing here? Like,
I don't know. At first, I thought you were gonna say where the champion loses at the event and then they lose it. The new one loses again. I thought, okay, well they're just.
Well, either way, yeah. I mean,
I don't know. That one I'm okay with, just because it's like, oh, we don't want to make one person look weak, so we'll have a transitional champion.
Then don't book it. Then I don't know, but I don't know. I'm happy for. I didn't watch Battleground, but JC Jane, I was like, wow, they put that title on her.
I wouldn't. Yeah, they did, and I'm like, every time I hear JC Jane's name, I think of that Gigi Dolan line.
Which Gigi Dolan
line? It was like, cause JC Jane is a fake ass bitch.
Ooh, that's kind of a good line. I like that actually. No, that was
because it was like JC Jane's whole thing is like JC Jane. I'm like, oh, Gigi cooked with that one.
And you know what?
I'm not gonna lie.
It was real sad. I was watching NXT this morning, and Tatum Paxley still has the dolls of her and Gigi. When she comes out, I'm like, aw, that's sad.
Aw.
Poor girl. But Double or Nothing was fucking sick, even though it's way too long. But oh my god, Double or Nothing rule.
I heard they did Anarchy in the arena again.
Oh, they did. And did you? They revived Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. They made it cool again.
They did. I did see that online.
Yeah, they put it on repeat until Claudio swerved into a speaker and broke it, so they couldn't play it anymore in the arena. I love that. Was a great card that took me way too long to watch because Tony Khan cut him down. 5 hours is a lot. Like it just, I would understand it more if they did them only for a year like they used to. I'm like, okay, big event time, but like now it's like, man, I got a job.
There's one every month.
Just about. And then WWE counter programming them as they love to do. My favorite.
Yeah, isn't there one in Texas that they're doing?
But they're not competition. Don't forget, they are not competition.
Oh yeah, no, they're never competition.
They're small potatoes compared to us over at the WWF. But what else was there? There was Under Siege. Under Siege, nothing happened. I don't know why I watched it. That's the other thing. I love you, TNA, but man, they just love putting their world title on anybody at all. Like
they do be doing that.
They did it to Penta when they were doing like a AAA crossover. He was like world champion for like 2 days, and then Kenny Omega was a champion. For every time they work with another company, like, you want our world title? Like, here, just have it.
I mean, it's a good way to get people to work with you. Like, hey, you want a world title? I guess, yeah.
I feel bad for Joe Hendry because, like, listen, wrestling at WrestleMania for 3 minutes to Randy Orton, cool exposure. Glad you got to do it. but you kind of made your world champion look like a little bit of a bum. And then like now
It's
you're,
Randy Orton though.
I get he's Randy Orton, but like if he's supposed to be your world champion, like okay, put up a little bit more of a fight kind of thing. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. And then like no disrespect to Trick
But hey,
Willie,
Kev,
yeah,
I was gonna say even you said some of the best get beat.
they do, but Trick Willie didn't beat him clean. He kind of made Joe Hendry look like a silly man, you know.
And that's what the story goes.
Whatever. Mike Santana's gonna bring it home. Anyway, video games. You got some
Video
on here
game.
that you played, and I've heard of.
Yeah.
I've heard of half of them. You got 4. Just tell me where you want to start, and get the
Okay, we'll
bombshell
start
rolling.
Fortnite because
What's the newest season?
this probably season. I'm not a Fortnite player, so this is
Okay.
a very good question.
I just was like, oh, let me get
I know
some
it's
gameplay.
like chapter 5.
2 days ago. Okay,
Chapter
2 days
6.
ago.
Season 3.
I hate their titling of things. Anyway, Fortnite,
I don't get
baby.
it anymore.
Yeah.
Fortnite. Yeah, I decided. There's a streamer I started watching, and they play a lot of Fortnite. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll get into Fortnite, get into builds, stuff like that. And honestly, I'm having a really good time. It's a lot of fun. Getting a lot more practice in, and I feel like I'm getting better at the game, especially builds. Like I can start building boxes and hotels on people now.
Building, gross. I'll never.
I know, but I was like, I wanted to try something different.
That's fine, I guess. Well, you're also playing on PC, so you have like access to all the keys, and I'm sure building's a lot easier. Like playing on console, like I don't know how people did it, if they did it.
I tried it, and I'm like, that is horrible. But but things that we can play Fortnite on now. I know why I'm segueing into this. There's no article attached to this, but Fortnite is now back on iPhones. How
does it feel to be back in the present day? Little what's the word? Peasant who's been left out in the cold. We had ways to play it.
Yeah, it's been off of iPhones for 5 years now, and I'm like, ooh, I played it this morning. I was waiting at Patient First. Not this morning, but yesterday.
Yep.
And I probably should have stayed off of iPhones because goddamn, I don't know how people play.
Touch controls kind of suck ass for it, but like, listen, I want to play it on Android. I can download it from the Epic Store. I could remote play on my Xbox. I could play it on Game Pass Cloud. The world is my oyster. And we didn't suffer at all during that whole little lawsuit. It was great.
I'm proud of y'all.
Thanks, man. I'm proud of you.
Actually, I do have knowledge. You know what I'm going to start using, though?
What?
I'm not sure how the audio sounded for that. The Backbone.
Yeah, I always look at those and I want one, but my phone case is a thick boy OtterBox, and I don't think they'll fit in there.
They don't.
Right, so then I gotta disassemble it. Off. Yeah, I don't want to do that just to play. What I do end up using is I gotta unpack it. But I get like phone clips like this. I used to have more.
Yeah.
And it's just more easier to like stretch in, stretch out. I mean, granted, you gotta bring a controller around with you, but it's just more universal for me.
That's fair. I think I need to get an Xbox controller or some kind of controller because I want to start. My TV just updated with Xbox Game Pass.
Ooh.
So
now you can.
I gotta try that out.
Yeah, now you can use cloud gaming, which is the future, which has Fortnite on it.
It does have Fortnite on it.
I think, unless that's a Xbox only thing. I don't know how it works, because like if you look up Fortnite on Game Pass, it's not there on a console or a PC, but on the cloud it is. I don't know why.
It's a very confusing system that we're in.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever Xbox is doing. But you're having fun with Fort?
Yeah, I'm having pretty good fun.
Did you win?
I did.
Amazing.
Because I got carried, but also it was a fun time.
I mean, a win is a win. Who cares, you know? Like, take it. Where's my chat box is missing? No, it's not. I don't know what's going on with my layout today. This whole like doing the TikTok thing at the same time, my layout's weird. It's interesting. But anyway.
It can be very confusing.
Wiggity waggity ziggity zooty. I don't know. Streamlabs broke. Fortnite, I got some things to say about that later on, but I'm glad you're liking it. What the fuck is a lunar playtest here?
I don't even know if you can find footage on this one. Lunar playtest. Again, the same streamer who got me back in Fortnite.
Oh wait, this I got a code for this. The guy contacted me too. Okay, Talk about it.
Okay, so
I didn't get to play it.
Yeah, I played this over the weekend on someone's birthday stream.
All right, how do you like it?
I'm
This
trying
is,
to think of ways to describe how say Mario Party,
I
but it
mean,
was really
he
fun.
in the email I got, they were like, it's Mario Party. Like,
Okay, good.
yeah.
I didn't get that email. All I got was a streamer saying, "Hey, you want this code to play on my stream?" And I played it for a good 10 hours.
Okay. And
It was really fun. I will say, I like that there's a lot more customization, a lot more players. 8 players is a lot. I don't think we ever got there on stream, but I could see 8 players being really exciting for some of these games, or really chaotic.
I mean, this board is Mario Party. They are not hiding it.
They are not hiding it at all.
But that's
Like,
that's the thing I was
red
talking
faces,
about,
blue
though.
coin on this map specifically.
Yeah,
You got double dice, and yeah. So other things I like, you can change how many numbers are on the dice.
But like,
Yeah, you can go from 1 being the lowest to 20 being the highest.
That's kind of interesting, actually, but also weird.
Very weird.
I mean, I would play it, but like they straight up not ripped off Mario Party, but Discord fucking freaked out. It's like this is what I meant when I tell you indie games. If you want to play a game, there's usually an indie game that's like out there or gonna be out there soon. And this is it, which I love.
Yeah. I mean, it was like people got very excited about it. Also, I'm great at free falling and Kaiju Rampage.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to
this game that you're showing right now.
That's combat.
I had no clue how to play tank dominance. Like no one knew how to exactly play this game.
It looks like combat for the Atari. What do you mean? You gotta just shoot them? It seems like
yeah, I guess the tank controls were kind of wonky, I would say.
Okay, well,
and because I'm not the one sponsored by this, I can say this: they need to fix. Again, this is the playtest, so they're working out all the bugs.
Right.
Something that I do think they need to fix is the code joining system. Because here's what happened every time, because we would close out the game and start a new code, right?
Right.
So they would send me the code. I'll put the code in first time. It would just show player 1 and no one else was in my lobby. Even though I go onto the stream and you see a bunch of other people.
Okay.
So I would then back out, put the code in again. It says fail to join. Back out one more time, put the code in again, and now I'm in.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm like, it is the streamer has said hey, do you have any feedback? They want feedback on this. I'm like, that honestly, there was some mini games I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna really work, but that specifically, y'all need to fix that.
Yeah, that's
other than that,
weird.
I would say my rating on this playtest was probably, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was a fun game.
All right. Well, that's better than what I thought it was gonna be. I mean, not that I think it's gonna be a bad thing, but
yeah,
I just didn't get to play it. I told them listen, I don't know if you caught by my username, man. Unless this works on a Steam Deck, I'm not a Steam player. He's like, I don't know, it might. So try it out.
Steam Deck. I played mine with controller.
Yeah, but it's
everyone
the
else
whole Linux thing.
With PC.
Linux is dumb for some reason.
Hey.
Some games have random anti-cheat that just ruins everything for some reason. So I don't know.
That's true.
Apex. When I was like, Apex is the one battle royale that works on Steam Deck. And I know One Up John gives me shit that I always say things are verified and then one game doesn't. Apex was verified, but oops, anti-cheat. We forgot you can't play Apex. Dumb idiots. Yeah, Jesse's right. John's here right when I say it. Hi, John. That's the one game where I was like, you guys didn't really think of this. But to be fair, it worked, and then they updated something and broke it. So I don't know what that was, but it did work at one point. So who knows?
Maybe it'll work again when they make Apex Legends 2.
Oh, Titanfall 3? That'd be great.
Oh, they never make a Titanfall.
Don't fucking do this to me. I need Titanfall to
they are hemorrhaging money on Apex right now. They aren't making Titanfall.
Well, we'll get to something about EA2 today. But I just
that's true.
I just want Titanfall 3.
I used to be a big Apex guy.
You were. I think I played because you and Rin were the ones that got me to play it, and I I love the gunplay in that game, but just I don't like playing with the randoms who don't want to be a partner. You know,
Yeah,
that part sucks for
that's
me.
fair.
So it's rough. Let me give a little shout out to John. John, how you doing tonight? Welcome in. As you can see, we said
How
before,
you doing, you big beautiful bastard?
Aaron's got a spray tan he's got to work on. What is Sword of Hope? That sounds fun. Whatever that is.
Yeah, but I say hold up now because I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't play Sword of Hope, so who played Sword of
No,
Hope?
John played Sword of Hope. So Lunar playtest. I will definitely try this. Game Boy. Oh, it's
I'll
one of
say
those
it's a
new
fun time.
NSOs. Yeah. I'll try out Lunar's playtest. Okay, Monster Hunter Wilds. I've been seeing you play this once in a while. A game that
Oh God,
I'll play it one day when it's not $70 because I'm not doing that.
yeah. When it goes on sale, I will send it to you.
Don't do that. I can get it myself. But Monster Hunter
Okay.
Wilds looks real good. I played like one hunt at my friend's house, and I really wish Capcom would get off the I guess Y and B or triangle and circle controls because it's the worst. I hate
Can't you
that.
change the controls?
I have no idea. Just
I'm pretty sure you can.
Monster Hunter has always had weird controls that I never understood.
I
But
mean, that's most Japanese games, I would say.
yeah, fair. So how is your monster hunting going then?
I've been enjoying it. I've been loving it. I think everyone in my crew has moved on, and
Aw,
so I'm kind of doing it solo again. But
boo.
I'm having a good time
That's good.
because also, even when I'm in situations where I need help,
Hmm.
I can just pop an SOS flare, and then people from around the world will just come in and help finish off the
That
quest.
part is nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
When people come in
I've
and
been
do
getting
that.
more used to weapon. Go ahead.
No, I was saying it's nice that people coming in to help in this game and actually care.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say I've been getting because all the other previous Monster Hunter games, I've been a dual blade user. I'm like, I don't want to think about guarding or like I just want to take my blades.
Mhm.
That's it. I'm like, I'm not trying to think strategy.
I mean,
The most strategy
strategy.
I want to think is dodge.
Yeah, who needs strategy in Monster Hunter? I don't need to think about the giant monster about to eat my face. I need
Yeah, I
results.
say that every time and then immediately get punished because I didn't eat a meal before I went out on hunt or
Ooh,
packed any of my potions I needed.
yeah, you fucked up at that point. Then yeah, that's
Yeah,
rough.
I do. But thankfully, I guess in a way, they do have a "you stupid idiot" button in which they say, "Oh, the guild has given you a bunch of these potions
How nice of them.
to help you with your hunt." And sometimes that reloads throughout the hunt.
Huh.
So you can't full on rely on it,
Okay.
but it's nice to have just so you don't have to go back to a camp.
All right. Well, I mean that's fun, but really need to get this. It's one of those games that's like haunting me of like it's on my like I'm gonna play it thing, but I keep waiting for a good
We'll get
sale.
there one day.
Well, let me see about how the cheapest I can get it for because I'm not getting it on Steam because it runs like it doesn't run on a Steam Deck apparently.
Yeah, don't ever get on Steam.
No, apparently the PC version's whackety schmackety do. Uh,
Yeah, it's too packed of ass.
it's two packed of what now? Monster
Two
Hunter
two
Wilds.
packs of ass.
Oh, two packs of
Sweaty
this.
Lee, he can hear me good. I'm here to double down.
I can get it for
Was
52.11.
trash.
52.11 is not terrible, but I'm still
But
cheap.
that can go lower. That can go lower.
Yeah, we can wait. Well, because they're gonna put it with my luck. They've done it for the past two Monster Hunters. World and Rise both ended up on Game Pass. Yeah, it was like way later, but do I look like I am somebody who can play things online these days? No, I'll get there.
No.
Like I can't with the
No, and
baby.
that's another thing that I'm like, oh, I was kind of hoping that you would be able to play before the baby came because
No,
there's no pause.
there's no pause. Listen, I'm valuing a pause button more than anything, and actually, I'm still on my quest to find like first person or third person shooters that have like a bot deathmatch mode like Quake. I kind of need that in my life, so
Yeah.
I have to work on that.
But yeah, overall, I would say Monster Hunter is a good time. I'm excited for the update Street Fighter crossover update that we're gonna get
Mm-hmm. It does look good.
with Akuma, and it's gonna be the closest I get to just fist because that's why I played dual blades for so long.
Right.
I just want to punch things with
Just
imagine punching giant monsters with your fist.
you're telling me I can fist things?
Kinda in a way with the new Akuma.
Oh
I'm not sure. We don't have the footage up right now, but
no.
the in the Akuma trailer, there's like different commands you can use, and he pretty much just punched the monsters.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm like, please make this a weapon. Please make this the 15th weapon.
That would be kind of cool if you just go up and like straight up, I guess like a monk in Final Fantasy kind of thing.
Exactly.
Ooh, that'd be sick. I would like
This is
that.
what we're missing.
Yeah. Well,
But
actually,
if anyone is curious,
play it.
I currently am a bow user, and because in this game, unlike previous Monster Hunters, you can have 2 weapons. I use the bow,
I didn't know that.
and then I use a switch axe.
Okay.
If I'm playing in a party, I'm hunting horn because I like playing the support.
I didn't know you can carry 2. Maybe my friend forgot to tell me that part because I used to love switch axe in World. I had a muscle memory combo for switch axe that I would destroy things with that, but now
Yeah,
I just can't.
I was gonna say, if it was in World, then you couldn't, but in Wilds you can.
Combo?
No, you can have 2 weapons.
Oh yeah. Well, I would need to get this eventually, but too many things in the world. And now we're getting to the weird part of your list. I've never heard of this game called The Precinct, but I've seen you play it.
It follows your pa as a cop in the 80s.
Okay, that seems kind of like every movie ever. What is it? It looks like Police Quest.
Yeah. Kinda, in a way.
Yeah.
Top down. You start off as a young cadet, fresh out the academy, joining the same precinct that your father used to work at until he was murdered about 4 years ago.
Oh, geez. Well, I got dark.
And in a way, you're trying to make your own roots about you while also figuring out who murdered your father.
I don't think you're allowed to do personal investigations if you're on the force. I'm going to be honest with you. It's called the conflict of interest.
100% you're not.
Yeah. So I don't think you can do that.
But also, this was the 80s, so.
That's right. The 80s, they didn't give a shit. They were like, I didn't see nothing, man. Well, there's barely any forensics out there. If nobody saw you do this murder, you're pretty good. Which is wild. That was how it was back in the day. Oh, that guy just hit a car too. Yeah, have you ever heard of the comedian John Mulaney?
Yes.
He was the bit he does about cops in the 20s. Be like, the murderer's blood is everywhere. Well, clean it up. We have to find out who did this thing.
I forgot the jet.
Yeah, I mean,
I forgot that one.
If I could go back in time, I would be a criminal in the 20s or 30s and just cause the most amount of chaos. Because basically, if nobody saw you do it, I guess it's gone.
I'm not going back in time.
No, I don't want to. Well, you shouldn't go back in time. That would be bad times.
Yeah, you might be fine.
I'll be fine. I could go anywhere back in time, and I'll probably be okay. Blonde hair, blue eyed white guy. I'll be fine. It'll be great.
You'll be fine.
So how was what is this, like a action game or is it like just a narrative thing?
It kind of is action, but it's a lot more procedure, like police work. Because so here's how you advance the stories. You have to do a certain amount of crime.
Right. You have to do crime.
You have to check out crimes. Like you'll get beats that you have to do. Like you can choose. Like, hey, do you want to do traffic tickets or just drive around in the car, check for crimes. And eventually you'll get clues to different members of a gang.
Right.
In the hierarchy. You have to bust them down.
Okay.
So that's kind of what's stopping me why I haven't gone back, because I'm like, because I feel kind of like, okay, I kind of just want to go for the story. I don't want to guess I have to do this many quests before I can go back and advance the story. But I will say it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. If you like the procedural, like, mundaneness of being a cop,
I guess
it's a good time.
Yeah, I guess I could maybe look at it. I thought it was going to be more of like a Hotline Miami kind of game for some reason, like where it's just.
I never play Hotline Miami.
It's top down, and it's almost like a puzzle action game where like everyone in this building is trying to kill you. And it's almost a puzzle of like, who should I take out first and how? And one hit, you're dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this is not like that.
Yeah, okay. So now I thought this was a different thing. So this might be something I end up more watching versus playing. Because I need some pew-pews.
I would agree. This is Also, another problem I could say some downfalls with this game
Yeah, hit me.
that I did not like. So let's say you there's a drug bust, right?
Right, as there is.
Like some, and it's 2 people.
Right.
You have to it's very difficult to capture both of them. Because of course, like, oh, police, hands up. They're gonna run.
Well, yeah, they usually want to outnumber the people you're trying to catch.
Yeah.
That's why they're called
And
backups
I'm
for
like,
everything.
and like you have a partner with you at all times, but the AI on this is very finicky on like how much they help you.
Right.
And like you'll get docked points for like, oh, you let one person get away. I'm like, I am doing the best I can out here, okay?
Yeah, well, if you got a stupid partner, that guy, I almost feel like that'd make it fun. Be like, all right, we got to go catch the guys, and he's just like, I'm gonna go donuts, actually, which is what I do. Which is why the cop thing didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
I would be a stereotypical cop. I'd be like, that donuts way more important right now.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I can see this.
Don't know, but I didn't go down that path, so that worked out. I was really trying though. And
Really?
there's a butterfly effect somewhere where I made it. All right, and there's this other game you said, JDM, Japanese Drift Master, which you've just said to me, and you keep saying it. I'm like, I don't know what a JDM is. Imagine Kev with a gun. How dare you? I shot rifles competitively as a kid. That's probably a dangerous thing.
That sounds terrifying.
It was a time, let me tell you. But I also need to make sure that this thing is working. So tell me about Japanese Drift Master.
Japanese Drift Master, JDM, also a play off of the name Japanese Domestic Market, which is what car people call cars from Japan.
Okay.
It's a fun game. It starts off with like, is that Fast and Furious? I didn't watch a trailer for this, so
it looks like Tokyo Drift right away.
Yeah, it kind of is, because the story starts off with how you were a racer in Europe, but you got into an accident on the course. You got into a fight with one of the other drivers, so they banned you from racing for a year. So you go to Japan to just like, hey, I'm gonna spend out my year here doing deliveries and racing and trying things out here.
Right. Okay. Well.
So I would say that if you are a racing game fan and you love drifting in video games, this is a great game for you, because it's very much encapsulates that fun Japanese JDM aesthetic. Especially like if you love Japanese culture, it's very much in, because also the story is told through manga.
Oh, this is your game. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Like you saw, there's a little bit of shown previously, and like you can even see like the profile pictures in the left hand side of what was shown on screen right now, how it looks anime based. And if you are very much into Japanese culture, you might love this. If you're into racing games, you might love this. It's hitting a very specific niche, but it's hitting multiple niches. The one problem I was is, maybe this is just my pride, my hubris getting in the way. I started this off at Simcade medium, no drift assist.
I knew some of those words. Simcade. What is that?
So arcade, think of like Need for Speed.
Okay.
Simcade,
Simcade. I get it.
Yeah, I guess like it's like a combination. Like I'm trying to think. I think Forza is Simcade.
Yeah, that's what I'd call it.
Yeah, I did medium difficulty, and then I did no drift assist. So like I have to fully control this car. And on that spectrum, if you are not someone who has already done this, it is a steep learning curve.
Okay.
Because you are just sliding all over the road. You are getting like really messy with this. Like I'm spending out way too much. I had to knock my hubris. I swapped to the arcade because I'm a Need for Speed guy. I like the arcade.
Right.
And I haven't changed the medium, but I think I might have to turn on drift assist.
Just accept it. There's no shame in it. Like whatever makes the game more fun for you, like embrace it.
And I'm learning to accept that. Like just do whatever is gonna make the game more fun. I think that's gonna make the game a whole lot more fun. Because I'm still very early on in it, just trying to get a feel for the controls. And they do have like schools that you can do early on just to try and get a better handling. But I'm about 4 hours into the game, and I'm like, you know what? I'm I'm cautiously optimistic about this. It's still early. They have the roadmap that they show to you every single time you open up the game. So I'm interested to see how good this game is. I'm not ready to give it like a full on like what I would rate it.
Was
Because
it
I think
out
once
or is it early access still?
it's out.
Oh, let's see if I can get
Yeah.
it. Japanese. Oh, it's on, does it work on Steam Deck? Let's see.
It doesn't.
Oh, unknown.
Okay. How about this? I will text it to you. Because I have my Steam Deck and I don't know where it is right now. I think it's still in my backpack because I went to work today because I was like, oh, I feel a little bit better.
Right.
And I got there and I was like, oh, I do not feel good. I'm going home.
Yeah, I forget what day it is actually. I've been home for like a week and a half. I forget what day it is. Man, it's
Wednesday?
a lot going on. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. It's usually the day we do this. This is the only reason I can like kind of put together like what's happening in my brain.
Yeah.
Like I just forget what's going on. The whole baby thing really throws man off, you know?
I can only imagine.
It's a lot, but you know, and I hear right now I hear her fussing, but Tina's like, I gotta get used to you not being here because when you go back to work, I'm on my own with this for a bit. I'm like, I guess so.
I'm also hearing noise, but those are my nephews.
It could be somebody breaking in your house. Who knows? We'll find out.
No, I can hear it because I can hear the little pitter patter, or they're just very small thieves.
Yeah. To make socks so small for babies, have you ever seen it? They're so small. They don't make people this big. It's so great. I look at her little socks. Like, there's no people this big. Where's the rest of you?
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's great. All right, I'm going to try Japanese Driftmaster if it comes to Steam Deck or on a console of sorts. And that's everything you got. All right. I have things. It's okay. Shorter than it is because this is basically 2 weeks of build up. Giggity. And Aaron had the podcast with Chris, and now Aaron couldn't be here this week because he's, I don't know, fighting a bear or something, whatever the hell Aaron does.
Yeah, I am fighting a bear next week.
Right, you're fighting a bear actually for the World International Domestic title, of course.
The World International 4x9, 24/7.
7-Eleven.
Southwest.
I'm so mad that R-Truth didn't beat John Cena. I know it wasn't going to happen, but it's the only canonical answer that makes sense.
Kev, you experiencing what I experienced when I was a child, and it was Cena versus Truth for the WWE title.
Yeah, I wasn't watching
at Capital Punishment.
Yeah, I wasn't watching back then.
Because I was like I as a kid, I was like, please let Truth win this. Like, if I saw Truth win live, I would have exploded as a kid.
Still want to see him win. Anyway, people don't care about the wrestlings. All right, so I've been killing a lot of time with an old classic here you may have heard of called Enter the Gungeon, which is my roguelike still in rotation. God, I'm so bad at it. Why am I so bad at it? I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's kind of my thing with roguelikes. I just kind of rotate them. They're like time killers for me. Because like sometimes you want to break from the main game you're playing, and you just need a breaky. But like, I always say roguelikes, I lose, and then I'm like, I'm never playing this again. And then I immediately start a new run because I'm like, I could do it. I've done it before. So
you show them who's boss.
Yeah, I got to get back to the flow. I love this game a lot. It's super addicting. Every time I look at it, I want to go back to the barcade near me, which has House of the Gun Dead, I believe it's called. And it's a light gun Enter the Gungeon game. It's super cool. And every time I play, I want to go home and play Gungeon. And I'm not good at it. But it's also, I'm doing a lot of time killing because you were kind enough to gift me a game on Steam that I keep reading the name of. I think it's called something with Eagle in the name.
Eagle. Don't ask me.
What's it called?
I saw it at PAX East as one of the, hey, here's one of the games to check out. And I'm like, this is the most Kev-ass Kev game
I gotta remember the name.
I've ever heard.
Because I'm playing it next. I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow, but it's called Eagle Island Twist, which is a game I'm going to be playing. And I guess the twist is because there's, a remix version of the game built into this one. I guess they already did a normal version of the game. I don't know. I'll find that out. Yes. But I didn't want to start it because I have so much to talk about from the past 2 weeks. And then my docket's going to be super long. And I was like, let me space some shit out. But anyway, Gungeon, still working on it. Doing great. I'm just going to say Balatro quick. when the baby was first born, by the way, name's Cora. When Cora was first born, I was very scared to hold her. I'm a big man and I'm not careful with fragile things. So I was like, oh boy, what am I gonna do? And I'm like, let me be real. I want to play some video games. I gotta figure
I
out
have a
how to do
question.
this. You know? But you've watched me. What are you trying to
Yes.
say? That I'm not careful with things?
No, I would not know. But my question is, did you do the skin to skin?
Oh yeah, of course I had to.
Okay.
I still do
Because
it
I'm
now.
like, you I was gonna say, because like you said, like I'm afraid to hold it. I'm like, you gotta do skin to skin, man.
No, you can do that anytime. But I did it when she came out. It was all good. But I was like, okay, well, I want to play video games. What can I play while holding this small thing? And then I was like, Balatro. And I got it on my phone, and I was like, okay, I can play this with one hand while holding a baby. I've gotten so much more confident now that I can kind of hold her like this in the crook of my arm and keep the controller over here, and I can one hand it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's mostly what I did while I was playing some 2K25, which I did yesterday. I was into universe mode, and then the second the DLC came out, I'm like, well, I don't have Stephanie Vaquer and Julia on my roster, so what am I gonna do? So then I was like, let me go put them on the rosters, put them into NXT, and then they both got called up. I'm like, well, you know what? This sucks. I don't want to change it again. So
I
now,
mean, it's very true to real life.
what?
It's very true to real life, isn't it?
Yeah, but if they don't automatically put them on the rosters, if the
Ah,
DLC comes out, I'm like, I don't want to do this every time. And then I was like, wait, in Universe, I can't use any of the legends because they're not on a show. So then I can make like a legend show. I'm like, this is too much work. I'm just doing random matches again. Fuck it. I tried.
yeah, I must say, Kev, it's a rabbit hole.
It's not. I don't have the patience for the rabbit hole. That's the problem. All my patience resource points, if my life was a talent tree, Ziggy, all my skills of patience go to Tina and the baby. I don't leave any for anything else. If a game pisses me off, I'm done with it. Or I'm making
When
it more fun for
okay,
myself.
I'm getting. I was gonna say I was getting way too into this analogy because I was gonna say, wouldn't Tina be more in a relationship rather than
It's just like a
into
family
a skill
pool.
tree?
We'll put it in a family pool. Like,
Gotcha.
like if something's make me inconvenience, I'm done with it. But anyway, a bunch of 2K25. I did a good tournament yesterday. Like Dominic Mysterio won the whole thing. Love that.
Nice.
Who did he beat out at the end? I don't know, but he beat Julia, which was sad.
Selena, Julia.
Yeah, somebody I don't know. It was a good tournament. And then I won a Royal Rumble with Baron Corbin. Rip. Love poor Baron. I hope he ends up somewhere good. You know, like
Yeah,
he deserves better. And the thing is, I say that as somebody who did not like him in WWE. Like
I loved him.
I
From the second I saw
didn't.
him, I'm like, he has it.
Coolest finisher ever. Like sick entrance music that they changed to some Def Rebel bullshit, but like the End of Days one, that song
Oh
is fucking
God.
sick. Like for a guy with a cool finisher and cool music, I just didn't like his characters ever.
Maybe he needed the Bam Bam Bigelow head tat or whatever.
I mean, he's already got the one on his ear, and then he was wearing Bam Bam stuff at the end. Like, I'm actually watched Dark Side of the Ring today and Big Van Vader. I'm watching a lot of Dark Side of the Ring. That shit's good. What else have I played?
So good.
Oh, quick thing. Power Stone 1 and 2. I'll throw this up on screen because when we were in the hospital, I brought my
Yeah,
Steam Deck because we had a lot of time to kill. And I know that makes me sound like a
it could be
bad,
worse.
yeah, it made me sound like a not present dad. I wanted this on Switch first because all my friends were getting it on Switch. And I want to like play, but for some reason Capcom doesn't do crossplay on these stupid things. You could have brought your Switch. You're saying I ran out of the house. That's the problem, John.
Yeah, that in that situation, like
Yeah.
you run.
Well, the main other reason was my inconsiderate daughter was born the day after Doom: The Dark Ages came out. So I was like, well, I got Game Pass on the Steam Deck, so while I'm waiting, I could do Doom while we're sitting in the hospital room waiting for nothing to happen. So I was working on Doom, and then I was like, I forgot the Fighting Collection came out. I'm like, well, I'm here now. So whenever I get a $40 to kill, I'm gonna get it again on the Switch because I want to play with everybody. That being said, the due date was surprisingly accurate. Apparently, it's like a. Can you fact check me? It's like a 1% chance your baby is born on their actual due date. So she's punctual, just like her mama. But I love Power Stone. I am still on my quest to find more fighting games that aren't fighting games
4 to
because
5%.
what is it?
It's only about 4 to 5%.
4 to 5%. Look at us killing it. She's a shiny Pokemon, basically.
Exactly.
That's what I'm gonna call her from now on. I'm still on my quest to play fighting games that aren't fighting games because Yeah, just nobody plays them with me, and I love them, but nobody will do it. And there's just more stuff to do.
What game? I'll play.
This Power Stone? Oh, you mean fighting games? I'll play Street Fighter. I got Tekken. Like, let's roll. Like,
I got both of those.
I just need someone to play with. That's my issue. Not Mortal Kombat 1. I'm just letting that game go. It takes up way too much space on my hard drive, and it's not that fun. I'm just letting it go.
Fair.
But Power Stone 1 and 2, literally the only games in the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 I've played. They're the only ones I care about. These games fucking rule. Have you ever played a Power Stone?
I've never heard of it until this exact moment.
That's right. You're a baby. So if you look at it, it's like Smash Brothers, but in a 3D environment is the best way I can describe it. It's so fun, Ziggy. Yeah. And the first game is 1-on-1. The second game is up to 4 people playing it. It's really cool.
This looks fun.
It is really fun. So the whole gimmick of it is you're fighting in this arena, but these Power Stones appear on the field. When you get 3 of them, you basically turn into your like ultimate mode, and you do like a bunch more damage. Wang Tang is basically Goku, so he just goes Super Saiyan and does a Spirit Bomb. These games are so fucking fun. Like, I could play them for hours and hours. This almost made me get a Dreamcast back in the day if I had any financial independence and I wasn't, I don't know, 8 years old. So I really didn't almost get a Dreamcast. But I had a friend that had this, and it was like just a game that always was in the back of my head, but I never like got to play. And the only other time to play it was on a PSP because they had a Power Stone collection. And this is not a game you want to play by yourself. I mean, you can. It's very fun. But, like, it's clearly a multiplayer-focused game. They're like, you should play it on PSP by yourself in a handheld. And they ported it to nothing else until May 15th, 16th it came out. Can't remember.
Wow. So this was truly locked in the Disney vault.
It really was. And then they finally did it. They put out a collection, so you get some other games, too. But here's just some footage of Power Stone 2 if you're watching the video version of this. I personally prefer 2 just because it's a little more chaotic. The stages move, but not as annoyingly as Smash Brothers. And I just like 4 players being involved. But the thing is, because 1 is a one-on-one fighter and 2 is a little more of a party game, they both kind of validate their own existence. So if you just kind of want to do more one-on-one. And then the arcade mode of 2 is interesting because it starts out as a 4-player battle, but then the last 2 people will team up to go fight the boss together.
Oh wow!
It's a really cool like setup. I enjoy it. So yeah,
you also I did not expect that.
Yeah, let's go play Power Stone, everybody.
Play it. Maybe they'll make another one.
That's asking a lot. When they remember like the big Nvidia leak years ago, this was on there, and the second I saw that, I waited every fucking Capcom showcase announcement for this goddamn game to get announced, and they would never do it. And I saw all the names check off on the list from like the Resident Evil 4 remake, the Resident Evil 8. So, and I'm just like, where the fuck's Power Stone?
They had to save the best for last, Kev.
I don't even know if it's last. I just saw it and I was like, finally, we're here. I feel validated. So yeah, see, so this is the point where there's 2 people that made it from the last round. You got to beat this boss together. It's super cool, and everyone should play it. I just have to get it again on Switch. Yeah, if you get it, I'll play it with you on Steam. Love it on Steam. I'm gonna get it on Switch too. Switch 1, but
which is saying a lot for me because you know how I am about old things.
The thing is, there's no other fighting game like this. I would even say the closest you get is Smash, but it's not a platformy fighting game, I guess. So. Oh, yeah. 3D Smash Bros. Is the best way to describe it. Exactly. No Pokeballs, though. We need more Pokeballs. All right. A quick thing. With the baby and pause buttons, I was holding her in my arms the other night, and I was like, let me play some Halo. I started and quit 4 games of Halo before I fired a goddamn weapon because she cried or she needed something. I was like, okay.
She doesn't like Halo, man.
Well, then I was in here, and she was sleeping. I'm like, let me put up Call of Duty. I haven't played Call of Duty in a bit. First of all, every time I play Call of Duty, I play like 2 rounds, and then I remember I'm good, because the menus in that game make me want to die. Like, between the booting it up, and then, like, Here's your battle pass. Here's your loadout. Here's your glass skill. I'm like, dude, can I just get in a fucking game and play it? Like, and when you get in it and you're actually playing the game, it's fun. It's just,
Getting to it is the problem.
Well, and then you got to install at least 144 gigs to even get it going.
I can tell you how much because I just installed Call of Duty Warzone today.
Warzone alone is like 80 gigs.
It was 100. I think it told me 200 gigabytes.
I don't know how it works on PC, but on Xbox you can choose the parts you want to install. So
it doesn't.
Don't really know. And then I tried a little Fortnite because I was like, oh, the season looks fun. Every weapon is a Star Wars weapon right now. Yeah. So everything has unlimited ammo. Basically, everything's a blaster. I was like, this is kind of weird. I mean, it's cool, but I don't know if it's my favorite season at all. I burped.
Almost over.
It's almost over. And then I was like, oh, let me play. Tina was holding her. Baby started crying. Had to go hide in the bush and just wait. And I just think, I don't know if I'm going to be playing a game online for a long time, my guy.
Yeah, as soon as the child was announced, I'm like, oh, he is. The online day's over.
I don't know if they're over or I have to like block out time and be like, nobody fucking bother me for this 10-minute period of time to play around the Call of Duty. Maybe I could sneak COD and Halo in. Yeah, it's probably not. But like a quick round of COD or Halo, maybe. Ain't no way I could play a full ass game of Fortnite these days. Which sucks because I want to play Splitgate too. Have you seen that?
Yes, I played the first one.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay.
But then again, I didn't know. I never played Halo, so
really, okay.
I didn't have that to compare it to. But I will say, after playing Halo, we're missing on Streamcast.
Yeah, I clicked off because I realized my TikTok title is called "Testing for TikTok."
So maybe that's explains a lot.
Oh my god, I thought I updated.
But as when you do that, I'll talk about
up.
Splitgate 2. Splitgate 2, I'm very excited about because Splitgate 1 was fun. That initial hype around it got a lot of people in because it's, if you do not know Splitgate, it's Portal and Halo combined,
which is amazing.
And it's amazing because you think how's that it works, and it's like you can do like sniper shots. And I remember playing that first weekend and how everyone, I don't know why I have the backbone in my hand, but everyone was setting up a portal across a map and just hitting sniper shots through their portal. And like you had to try and find them to figure out like, okay, how am I gonna kill them? It was so much fun. But eventually, like everything, it kind of died down. The hype just vanished. So now we have Splitgate 2. And I'm not even sure if it's out yet because I just did not pay attention to it.
Well, we kind of have Splitgate 2. Right now it's in their early alpha, beta, whatever the fuck kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's in there something. Finally, I changed my TikTok title. Silly Kevin.
Which, oh, you silly goose.
Yeah, I'm learning. It'd be like that sometimes. But yeah, I really want to play Splitgate 2.
I would recommend it.
Well, so people said it looks like it's pretty good on the Steam Deck, but anti-cheat. So I'm like, then what are we gonna do here?
Oh no.
So I think
I'm shocked that Splitgate 2 isn't on Xbox.
I'm sure it is. I just I wanted it to be on my Steam Deck. No, lights didn't go out. I just had to change my TikTok title, Jen, because I'm learning the whole live TikTok thing. It's not as intuitive as Twitch. I'm trying to just expand.
It really isn't.
Yeah, it's really not. I might just do it for awareness, but listen, if you're watching on TikTok, come on over to Twitch where the real fun is. You know?
That's what most people do.
Yeah, you're not going to get marbles over on TikTok. I mean, you can watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's about
live ended.
No, you should be refreshed.
Yep, refreshed.
Yeah, we're good. See, I'm learning. And also, it doesn't archive your VODs on TikTok.
No, it doesn't.
So that's silly. I don't know.
Which kind of makes sense because I don't think most people watch VODs on Instagram or TikTok.
Well, the other thing is, personally, I know I'm doing it now, but I would never sit and watch a stream on TikTok. I know people do.
If I'm not at home, I probably would. If it was something I was already interested in.
Yeah.
But it depends on the stream. Like, I'm not gonna watch a video game stream because I've seen some people like they have like the monitor on top half and the bottom half is like the middle section of the Valorant game. I'm like, I'm not watching
Yeah,
this.
you're like
I'm
you
sorry.
can't see the whole game, so I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what it looks like because again, if I go on my phone and look at the app, it doesn't show me live. I don't fucking know. It's weird. Whatever. Just come on over to Twitch. What else did I talk about? Oh, the game of the year, obviously.
Oh yeah, my game of the year, your game of the year, not Hello Kitty Island Adventure,
It's
not
up
the
there.
new Angry Birds,
There's a
not Claire Obscura Expedition 333.
that could be soon.
No.
I'm not cutting that out because I'm gonna play the After Eagle Island Wiggy Wars. But Doom the Dark Ages, baby. I was already hyped for this game. I'm gonna go into this with an absolute bias. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is my favorite Doom game of all time. Like people hate two things when it comes to the video games because people are weird. They either like when things are the same, they hate when things are the same, and they hate when things change. And Doom somehow did the perfect balance of it feeling like Doom, but like I can distinctly tell this is a different game. Like the environments were different, the way the guns felt were different, like the glory kills were different, while simultaneously still feeling like Doom Eternal in 2016. It's amazing. I fucking love this game. Every gun except the Impaler gun. I don't like that one, but every other gun feels great. I don't know. It just doesn't. You know, like you shoot like a nail gun in a game, you expect an enemy to like get impaled and go flying back.
Yeah.
They don't do that in this.
Huh.
I kind of expected that, but it feels
Also,
really
what
good.
the reason I was laughing is because I was looking at the doc, and I'm thinking you talking about what you listed as game of the year. That's why I did my whole speech at the front.
What did I listen?
So now I just look like an idiot.
What did I listen to game of the year? I put this, no?
You put Garfield Kart 2.
Oh shit, that one.
Drift.
Yeah, we'll talk there. That's right. That's a good point.
That's why I did my whole speech about like not Claire Obscura, not this,
That's a good point.
not Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
So all right, so it's gonna be.
That's why I was like,
I forgot I did that. It's gonna be a top contender between those two. This is showing a lot of Eternal thing, but this is like you can clearly tell this is like a different game when looking at it, while still being a Doom game. Though the way the parrying works, parrying is a loose term. It's if there's anything green on the screen, hold your shield up and it'll deflect back to an enemy. You don't have to like time it perfectly, which is what I thought I had to do. It just feels so good, man. Parrying a shot back at a demon and getting all the confetti of ammo to come out just feels so fucking good. Every gun feels good. The boss fights feel good. Ask me the story of this game, I couldn't fucking tell you because I was playing Doom for the story. Like, I won't even lie to you. I was playing it while holding a baby. And, you know.
So the story is even less important. I will say, as someone who has never played a single second of Doom, it looks good. It looks like Doom, but just like newer.
Let me get you know what? Let's use AI for good. Hold on. Give me a short summary of Doom: The Dark Ages story. Let's see what Gemini says. We'll get it ripped up here. Oh, this is longer than I thought. Okay, shorter, please. I can't read 5 paragraphs. Doom: The Dark Ages is a prequel to the modern Doom games set in a techno-medieval era, which is a good point because this game, I will say, cannot make up its mind whether it's in the medieval times or in the future. Because we have like codec terminals and lasers and all this shit, but meanwhile, we'll be like, we're in a castle, we got a king. Doesn't make any fucking sense because it's Doom. It reveals the origin of the Slayer, who's a powerful warrior fighting hell alongside the Knights of Sentinels of Agent Demure. Not Demure, different. The Slayer originally works with Marks, an ancient alien race, to combat hell. However, he's suppressed by a device called the Tether. The main plot sees Hell's leader, Azark, trying to seize the heart of Argent, a massive power source, and as the war intensifies, the Slayer begins to break free from the Maker's control, especially after witnessing the human suffering. So basically, Doom guy goes, fuck all y'all, I'm doing things my own way. And
I love it.
Yeah. Who's playing Doom for the fucking story?
Question.
Yes.
I was just about to ask you a story question.
Oh, go ahead.
Should I play the other Dooms first before I play this one?
When it comes to any games that come out, I just play them in the way they were released. Because there's clearly a way they told the story already. Like,
Yeah.
And they want you to like have that reveal at certain times. Like whenever I play a prequel of the game, I like that moment of being like, that's the guy. That's the guy from the old game. You know, like that's just me.
Yeah, that's why I don't play Yakuza 0 right now, because I'm sure that there's a lot of moments in that game where I'm like, this is gonna have a lot more effect if I knew who this was.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you should always play in the chronological order. Like when people go and watch the Marvel movies and they're like, how to watch the Marvel movies? I'm like, I don't know, just fucking start from the first one, man. Like, why do we gotta make homework out of this?
Yeah, but then again, let's be honest, no one's watching Marvel movies anymore.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of fell off finally. Not that I was like hoping for their downfall, but I'm shocked. Like people have had the attention span for them.
Oh, that yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like it went on way longer than I thought it would. Like
it was a cultural phenomenon, Kev.
It was, and listen, I'm not
to know how the saga ended.
I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yums on it. If it was for you, it was for you. But like, I was just shocked that like, normally people get burnt out of things very quickly, especially how fast they were coming out. And like, I was just shocked. People, I'm like, people are still into this. Holy shit! Like, crazy.
They were into Endgame.
Why? What happened in Endgame? Did people not like that?
Because that was the end of the saga, and then everyone was like, "Okay, I'm done. I don't need to."
Yeah, but then they keep making more movies, so now I feel like the burnout's actually happening.
Yeah.
And now Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom for some reason, even though he's also Iron Man. Like, does this make any sense? I don't. I hope they explain that.
We're not gonna get into it because I could explain this to you, Kev. But
does Iron Man become evil and become Dr. Doom? Is it just tell me that?
No.
Okay, well then I don't give a fuck. Anyway, so that is what I've played, and we've played a lot. And I was also, like I said, built up of 2 weeks of ready to explode with my seed, if you will. I already did that.
Not in my ears.
Do wherever I can. So we got some news that came out. I looked at some quick things. I see you also added stuff. Ooh.
Yeah, I added my stuff near the end.
That's fine. We'll hit what we can. A lot of these were quick things I saw because I did not really read a lot because I won't lie, a baby. But I did see that Randy Pitchford of 2K said, oh, this isn't even the right article of that, but basically he said...
No, it wasn't. I was going to ask if you wanted the real one.
Yeah, you get the idea. Basically, Randy Pitchford was like, hey, I know game's $80, but if you're a true fan, you'll make it happen. Which gives big Xbox or Domatric vibes, Nintendo vibes about, hey, if you can't afford the Switch 2, we have a Switch 1 for you. Very shitty corporate executive response to people being like, I can't afford that kind of thing. And the Baldur's Gate...
He started off...
Yeah?
Go ahead.
I
cut you off.
No, you.
Because I'm reading the initial article, and like he started off so strong with like, "Hey, it's not my call. That's more the publisher's stuff."
Bullshit. It is his call.
But then he immediately nosedived.
Right.
Quote,
it's dumb.
If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. End quote.
Yeah, just go steal copper for some air conditioners like the meth heads do. You'll make it happen. $80 too expensive for most games. And it's all Mario Kart's fault. Don't forget that. It is all Nintendo's fault. We can blame them solely and no one else. It's not why. But the Baldur's Gate dev pretty much called it gross, which I agree.
Yeah. And this is why good guy Baldur's Gate dev.
They really are.
Continue to be good guy.
They
are.
Yeah. And the thing that always people bring up whenever this comes out, like I'll see... I don't want to stereotype anybody, but there's a certain audience, I would say mostly retro gamers, who will do the defense of, well, back in the day, cartridges used to cost $90 to $100, so really games should be more expensive than they ever were. No, John, you're not one of these people. Like, we should actually be paying more for our video games, but like, number one, these are discs. They print and they go. A whole cartridge with a board that's specifically programmed for that game is a lot more material than either a disc or a digital file that just goes out. Two, houses back in the day could be bought with a handshake and a bag of apples. So like the cost of living was just way cheaper. Like you could spend $120 back then easier because you were like, oh, my mortgage got paid because
You could go
I
to a
bought a scratch
semester at
off.
school.
Yeah, like
$120.
yeah. I always hated that argument.
Also, another thing on the cartridge aspect, cartridges are physical media and truly physical media, and not like disc
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that a disc you can make hundreds of discs,
Yes.
and you can just have that stored. And when you need a game, you put it on a disc and then just put a new label on it.
Yeah.
With cartridges, you have to physically manufacture each individual piece and make sure those pieces work for each game.
Yeah.
Like this isn't a 1-1. It took so much more effort, so much more time for cartridges. And that's why there was so much fluctuation, because it was essentially making a new toy each time.
Yeah, it's just not a 101. And people like, if you want to pay $80 for a game, go nuts. You do whatever you want. I love Borderlands. Yeah. I even like pre-sequel and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I love that series. I ain't paying for an $80 game. Like, I don't care if it's
I got that for free.
What's up?
I got Tiny Tina's Wonderland for free. I still need to play that.
It's a fun game. I mean, it's not the best one in the series, but I ain't paying $80 for a game. I don't care who you are. Like, it's just not happening.
And I would say my point, because I am paying $80 for a game. I am paying $80 for Mario Kart because I think this is a moment in which you have to speak with your wallet and you have to think, what is the best investment for yourself? And I can't answer that. Kev can't answer that. You have to, as an individual, say, what is the best thing? Am I going to get that amount of content out? Like for me, I got 2,000 hours on Mario Kart. So for me, that was a lot easier pill to swallow, that $80 price tag. However, I played Borderlands 3, right? Now how I played Borderlands 3?
No.
Gamefly.
Okay. Well, hey, if it works.
I was like, actually, not even Gamefly. I use Redbox.
Does
I use Redbox
anymore.
No, they don't. So I'm gonna have to. I said Gamefly because I'm gonna have to use Gamefly now if I want to play this game.
Damn.
But I used Redbox to play Borderlands 3, and I beat all of it in a weekend. And I still didn't think it was worth it.
Hey, game's subjective.
So,
you know?
Game is subjective. However, and a lot of people didn't like Borderlands 3.
I did. I think its biggest flaw was that it wasn't 2. That's what I think people hated most about it.
Yeah, but to get to my point, if you are coming off of a game that people already didn't like that much, as well as your previous games, and then you up the price, that's a very interesting move that we're gonna see. We're gonna see truly how it plays out, because with Nintendo in the $80, that's its own separate thing.
Well, it's got
81. 81.
Fuck the user score. User score is a bunch of. I ain't even looking at those people.
Yeah, because those are just people who raged and probably didn't play the game.
I gave it a 0 to balance out the scales, actually. That's how averages work.
Actually,
my opinion matters more than everyone else's, actually.
I calculated each and every single score on this website, and I found that the score to best proportionate out the reviews is my score.
Yeah.
I did not play this game for a single second.
I played this game for 1,200 hours. I would give it a thumbs down.
Those are the ones that always get
I hate those. I don't care about user scores.
On Steam was like, I played this game for 200 hours.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Hate this game.
But my point oh, like really it sucked. It took you 200 hours to figure that out.
Yeah, I found it at hour 200. It's too woke for me, bro.
But I think Borderlands 4 is going to be the true test of what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think Mario Kart's going to,
because I think Nintendo and Mario. Go ahead. I keep cutting you off.
I think there's a slight delay. Mario Kart. I don't want to sound like a stereotypical dick. People with Nintendo games will just do. It just is what it is. That's culture on Nintendo games. They'll get away with it, which is Sad to say.
Yes.
But I don't think Borderlands is that dog. You know?
They don't got that dog. They don't got that dog in
They
them.
don't got that dog in them like
They think
Yoshi got that dog in Birdo. You know? They definitely fucked by putting the nose into Birdo's nose hole. That's how they do it.
No, they did not. That is not. No. No.
Hold on, let's look up Yoshi Rule 34. Okay, go on.
Don't you do that.
We're on TikTok. We won't get banned for that. Maybe Twitch.
Touche.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I was like, even, like Nintendo gamers, like, there's a reason that everyone complained and said drop the price, but the second that it went on sale, you couldn't buy a single Nintendo Switch 2.
Listen,
Because
I'm be
Nintendo gamers don't have the backbone to stand by their principles. A lot of them don't. This is the hot take segment that we're gonna get. That's gonna get the clip, isn't it?
If you want to spend the money on the Switch 2, I don't like honestly $450. Not what I want to pay. I don't think it's the worst, but it's the razor and blade issue where you sell the console for a cheaper and then you make your money back on the games, and they were just like, how about we don't? That was the issue. Like,
I'll say, yeah. How about we make the money back on both?
Well, the problem is I'm going to be a hypocrite because, like I keep saying, what my next console purchase, even though I'm deep in Xbox right now, like it's going to come down to what this Xbox handheld is for me. Because if it's just a cloud thing, I don't want it. But
yeah,
if the handheld truly is like a dedicated closed experience and not just a ROG Ally with an Xbox button, like I'm probably gonna want it. PS5 Pro can suck me. Definitely not getting one of those. That's actually my least interesting platform right now to me.
Yeah, I could be fair because as the Sony fanboy that I've been called, I don't have a single game. I think I play MLB on that console, and that's it.
Wow, can't believe you're such a Sony pony. And how are you playing Monster Hunter again?
I'm such a Sony pony.
Where were you playing Monster Hunter again?
PC.
Oh, wow, Sony pony, crazy.
Yeah, I'm such a Sony pony.
Yeah, me too.
But I will say this: even though I am gonna buy Mario Kart, I don't think I would not buy Zelda or Super Mario.
No, that's bullshit. The fact that a game that was on the Wii U, they're charging more than full price for basically, is stupid.
Even Donkey Kong is gonna be the hardest sell for me at $70.
I don't know enough about the game to say what. Well, no game's worth $70 to me. So,
yeah, I'm very conflicted because Donkey Kong is my favorite character. I'm waiting for the jokes to come in.
I'm not doing it.
No, don't worry, the comments will.
Okay, that's fair.
But because this is the first Donkey Kong game that we got since like Donkey Kong 64.
Really? No.
That is I was gonna say that's a 3D.
Okay, better. I was gonna say absolutely
platform.
not.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no.
Let me finish my. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I was like, well, you're kind of. I know where you were going.
So in a way, it's kind of like I kind of want to play it, but at the same time, I have to see a whole lot more before I invest.
Yeah, they haven't shown that much of it, have they?
No, they showed the first thing and that's it. But hey, this is not a news story because I was gonna put it in.
Yeah, fair.
Nintendo's gonna be at Summer Games Fest.
Good.
For the first time in 2 years.
Are they always?
No, they won in 2024. They won in 2023.
Huh, weird. Donkey Kong Bonanza looks like it'll be on par with Super Mario Galaxy. Oh, Odyssey. That looks cool. In which case, I would pay $50 for it.
Yeah, and we won't get $50 for another 2 years, probably, unfortunately.
Wrong. Nintendo games don't go on sale, stupid idiot. You should know better than that. That's the other thing. Is like, with the Steam Deck, like, games go on sale. And even on Xbox, games go on sale. Like, Nintendo games never go on sale. That's why it's such a hard... So, what game would I pay $6 for? WWE 2K26? I put like 100 something hours into that. 60 was even a lot for me to swallow, I'm being honest. Like, I'm cheap.
Really?
I got a kid to raise now. But even back then...
I guess now, yeah. But I was thinking, like, didn't you buy that before the kid?
Shut up. I mean, I would...
Don't bring your logic into this conversation.
Yes, don't do that. Actually,
Hey, you knew the kid was coming by the time you bought it,
that's
so you
true.
had to think big time,
That's
big
true.
advancement.
Buy a game for myself. Say it's for the kid. Yeah, she can't even hold the controller yet. Actually, so the thing is, I actually have a long history of not buying games at full price, technically, because the most time I spent buying video games, I worked at GameStop and I got an employee discount, or I worked at a retro game store and I got an employee discount. So I'm never buying things full price.
That's
Technically,
fair. If you it's what you're accustomed to.
I'm just a cheap bastard. You see, listen, I love my Power A's. Buying and paying for these control. I'm a lie. I'm a controller whore. I can't even use that one. I bought the Doom controller. Well, I didn't buy the Doom
I was
controller.
gonna ask you
Yeah.
what controller I should get.
For PC.
No, for when I do this Game Pass thing on my TV.
Oh, oh. Problem is, I don't know if it's only going to accept Xbox controllers. Like if it's only first
Sure, I
party.
didn't think
So
about
find
that.
that out first. If it
I
accepts
think
third
it
party,
actually accepts any.
does it? All
It
right.
said I think it said PlayStation.
Uh, really? Hold on. Power A.
I remember I'll say that I started the Game Pass up when I was half asleep.
Okay. What's
And I
your
know it said
budget?
any controller.
What's your budget?
Hmm?
Budget.
Under $100, I guess. I don't know.
If this is 100, I would say this, just because I love me some back buttons. You know.
Okay.
So and use your code ConsoleKev5. Thank you. Oh look
Of
in the chat.
course.
Damn, look at me selling out. But there's other ones for PC I would use. Let's see.
You didn't sell out. You bought in.
Sure, I did. There's also this one, way too expensive. Don't do that. There's other one.
Oh,
Well,
God.
do you want wire? Well, no, you'd want wireless, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna send you a different one because I know a better one. Give me a second, but I would never promote anyone else. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna send you a link to this. And this is the same thing. This has Hall effect. Ooh, ah.
Oh.
Ooh, ah. Oh shit, I put it in my chat. No, anyway. Anyway, back to the news
Quick
stories
read
here.
So anyway,
We have stuff. The OG Battlefront devs were asked to make Battlefront 3 in a year, which is wild. Have you played
what?
Star Wars Battlefront 2, like the original?
No. I think I played one when they had like the test demo weekends, and that was it.
Revolutionary. I'm gonna bring up some gameplay of it. Star Wars Battlefront 2. I think it was 2005. This is one of those games where like
Never mind out.
people got into them. Like
Welcome
people
to
I
the
know
Star-
who don't even care about video games are like, let's go over and play some Battlefront for the weekend. It was like a third person. You could almost call it tactical, but like there were flying sections, there were third person shooting sections, just like on the ground gameplay of like capturing points, deathmatch. Super big games for like the Xbox and PS2. Like very, very impressive for what they were doing. And it had split screen. And I think on Xbox you could play up to 4 people. Hello, Jeff on TikTok. Jeff on TikTok. It's my friend Jeff. Love you, Jeff. I am the Godfather. Thank you. These were big deals on PS2 and Xbox. And I think that the first and second one came out very close together, and people were dying for a third one. But the third one, apparently, they want EA, because EA is great. They were asked to make it within a year. That's a lot to ask.
That's insane.
And that's why we never got Battlefront 3 officially.
Yeah. I'm like, you can't expect a game in a year.
Not that good, at
much
least.
less a good game.
Yeah. It was a whole lot. And it makes me sad seeing that because that's another thing where I would love Battlefront 3 to come out. And even though the reboot came out, love the reboot on PS4. That's actually one of the games that made me get a PS4 because I thought it played so smoothly, looked great. It was online only. That was the time where I really actually cared about playing online. And then the second one came out and it was like a loot box city. No, I don't know. I want Battlefront 2 to come out. Oh God, why am I hearing this? But apparently there's some leaked footage of what Battlefront 3 could have looked like back in the day. Stuff like this. Which could have been cool. Man,
it was very confusing.
What was?
The Battlefront. Maybe just because I only played it on those free weekend things, but I'm like, I didn't really understand.
You got to know what kind of mode you're going into. If it's like a capture point or like just do a certain objective thing. It can be confusing to get thrown in. Like if you just play deathmatch, super easy third-person shooter, and then if you get enough kills, like think of a kill streak in Call of Duty, you could be like a Sith or a Jedi, and you just fuck everyone up with a lightsaber until they kill you, which is pretty cool. So, good games. I would play Battlefront 2 again. Apparently, the new Battlefront 2 is getting like a resurgence, and people are really trying to play them right now. So that's like good to see.
EA Games,
yeah,
having insurgents and not capitalizing off of it. It's
oh god, the guy's face.
The perfect combo.
Yeah. Well, that game looks glitchy. So anyway, Battlefront 3 could have been really cool.
Oh god. Yeah,
really
looking at it now, it looks so cool.
It could have been cool. Who knows? All right, we got the game of the year that dropped. So I'm excited to announce that while Doom: The Dark Ages was great, Garfield Kart 2, All You Can Drift has been revealed for the Switch. The problem is there's already a Garfield Kart 2. There's Garfield Kart and then Garfield Kart Furious Racing. So now that there's a 2, I hate when game publishers do this. Get together.
That's like a 1.5.
Yeah, not whatever. But it's coming.
Lion King 1.5.
Oh god, gross. We're doing Lion King 1.5. That's what we're calling it.
Yeah,
sure.
Same about quality, probably.
Plays one of 8 cult characters in the Garfield universe and customize your look. Great.
Kev, you're old. Can you name
what
8
the
Garfield
fuck? Hold on.
characters?
Fuck you too, dude. I could name you Garfield, Odie, Nermal, the sexy cat Garfield wants to bang, John's girlfriend, whose name I can't remember. That was the vet. Fuck.
I imagine that I know that's her full title on the game when you go to the character select screen. Garfield cat, female cat.
Oh, John has skeeted me. This is important. I don't know what that means. Give me a second. John skeeted me. Oh, there's another Game of the Year contender. Well, we'll get to this in a second. Thank you for skeeting at me, John. Don't tell Tina.
Always skeet.
Don't tell Tina. This Garfield Kart, I actually kind of like the art style. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I just couldn't tell you any of these characters' names. Will I be getting it? You're goddamn right. Add to my wish list, baby.
Boom. If it comes out on Switch 2, I will be getting it.
Well, it's coming out on Switch 1, which means it will be a Switch 2 game.
Play. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're good. That's all you gotta do. What else is there? Oh, here, Garfield, Odie, John. Oh, and many more. That's my favorite of the character. They couldn't even get to 8. They're like, John, Odie.
They couldn't even get to 3. That's the craziest part.
Lasagna S.
You just had to put 3 down.
Yeah, I know. They tried. It looks cool. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I won't. Side platformer, we have Pardon My French Toast. Okay.
Why does it sound familiar?
It's like the Orbit commercial where they're like, what, the French toast?
I kind of remember that.
I want to see the trailer of this. We are so off kilter with what we're doing.
We've been off kilter for most of this.
Is this the first time he plays bread in a game? Bread in a game. I don't know, but
no?
There's a Penguin game called Bread and Fred. So, maybe. No,
John.
No,
have you never heard of the legacy known as I Am Bread?
Yeah, I Am Bread. Great game, by the way. God, I want to play that again. That game was great. I think me and Jeff actually streamed that a long time ago. Did we? Or maybe. I Am Bread. Great game. Yeah, you play as a piece of bread and you control each corner of the bread. And your goal is to get into a toaster while not getting too dirty to be edible. And then you can't burn yourself in the toaster either. So, man, that was like peak YouTube Let's Play days. I Am Bread, Surgeon Sim. Oh, what a time. So, there's that. Anyway, 2 cool games coming out. This one made me sad. The Wolfenstein studio, Machine Games, is working on an unannounced game that got canceled. Probably because of Indiana Jones, which it makes me sad. But, man, have you ever played a Wolfenstein?
No.
Well, okay, that makes me sad. So if you're gonna play the
I've
Doom
seen
games, you should play
people play it.
Wolfenstein. Like,
So should I play Doom first or Wolfenstein first?
they kind of run parallel against each other. The gimmick I always loved in Wolfenstein, at least the new ones, is that you know how in shooters now where if you get shot, you just kind of hide behind a box and your health comes back.
Yeah.
In Wolfenstein, they do it in 20 hit point increments. So if you get shot and you get down to like 78, it'll only boot you back up to 80.
Oh.
And then you actually have to find health, which I always thought was a great gimmick, and I think more shooters should develop that. But the fact that I couldn't get another Wolfenstein game, well, okay, unannounced project that I'm going to assume is Wolfenstein. Let me put it that way.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, I'm really sad because I love Wolfenstein, man. They don't really say too much about it. It was a canceled, unannounced project. But I think it's safe to say it would have been Wolfenstein.
It probably would have been.
It makes me so sad. What could have been? It was just a close
What's the studio name?
Machine Games.
Machine Games.
Yes. They're known for Wolfenstein and Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
That's it.
I would try to go to the website. I'm like, yeah, this is before I even click on it. That's what they have. Indiana Jones, Wolfenstein.
Yep.
Wolfenstein.
Which is weird when Indiana Jones came out because they're a first person shooter studio. And then when they said like Wolfenstein was or Indiana Jones is going to come out and be a first person game, everyone was like, "Oh," but it turned out to be really good, and so that worked out.
True.
I think you should definitely play Wolfenstein.
I might have it somewhere. Like I'm sure I got it
so cheap
from one of these.
I bet you right now.
Like, they might have given it to me.
I will give it to you because watch The New Order. I think is the first reboot one. You can get it for as low as $3.53. I'm just gonna pop this right here.
Actually, I don't even think you have to do that because I'm almost positive I might have this on Epic.
You probably do have it on Epic. They give this game away all the time. So
yeah, that's why I said I think I might have it because I'm like, yeah, I'm almost positive I do.
Oh, if you want to get the second game, you can get it for 48 cents.
I have Wolfenstein New Order.
Do you have the new Colossus?
Nope, just the New Order.
Well, in case you want to go get the sequel for 48 cents, there you go. That's cheaper than $80. True, John. And then the DLCs are like the New Blood and then the old something. They like to use new and old a lot, but apparently the DLCs are really good. I didn't play the DLCs because I don't.
Yeah.
No real reason. But anyway, speaking of old games, there's a new Switch N64 features that are only gonna be on Switch 2, which is dumb.
I agree.
Like Switch Online games are getting rewind, but only on Switch 2. Like fucking why? What's the point of that?
Because they gotta give you a reason to get the Switch 2, I guess.
But like the Nintendo and Super Nintendo ones already do that. So like, what are we doing? It's stupid. I hate it. It's like when the new 3DS came out and they were like, whoa, we can't have Super Nintendo in the 3DS virtual console. You gotta get the new 3DS because it's too powerful. Bullshit.
Nickel and diming.
Kind of is. It's a weird thing to pay. What, paywall? Is it paywalling to put on a new console?
Yeah, paywall.
Yeah, we'll call it a paywall. Kind of dumb. Don't know why they did that, but SNES was too much for the 3DS to handle. Somebody genuinely tried to argue that with me, John, and I had to remind them that Star Fox 64 3D runs on the 3DS. Like, if it can handle this, it can handle fucking Super Metroid. I promise.
Yeah, they just don't have the technology, man.
Well, they did. You just had to get the 3DS with a nipple on it.
They didn't have the microchip in the old ones.
Well, the cartridges are more expensive. We went over this. True. Oh, and you get a CRT filter on the Switch too. Does anyone like CRT filters?
No.
They're ugly.
I was gonna ask you because I figured you would like it.
No, they look like shit. Like CRT TVs look like shit. I don't want to be reminded. Like, Switch One can't.
I think I used CRT TVs when I was like 4 or 5, and then
they were
probably when I was about 8.
Switch One can't handle rewinding the N64. Why? What the fuck's so hard?
Okay, John has said that he hates CRT or scanline.
It doesn't look right because they try to emulate it on a flat screen TV, and like CRT filters were like bad side effects of using those tubes. They don't look good. But anyway,
I would agree.
so if you need to look at CRT filters for that, good. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just like, cool. I guess you can do this. Sure. I don't know. What else do I have on here? The Switch 2 is already in some people's
Nintendo's.
hands.
Yep.
So, but a mandatory update means it can't be played. And somebody's put an unboxing video up. How did it get out?
Because it's a week away.
Oh,
That's
that's
how.
true. I keep thinking like whenever a new month starts, I think it's so far away. I'm like, oh, that's actually in
Yeah.
like a couple days.
Yeah, like
Okay.
there's already Switch 2s in stores. Some people have the display units up already. I'm like, we're in the time point where people are getting their Switch 2s.
According to the user, they're unable to actually play the console because it requires an update. Second person who has been able to obtain it sent proof to the news and deal aggregated word 64. I have no permission to post pics, but can share that when they try to boot a Switch 1 game, message prompts, please connect to the internet and update your system, which is a solid reminder. I don't want to hear that physical media is forever because this man's literally got a console that's impossible to use. So,
Yep.
there's that. I guess we can see it's an 8-second video.
Oh, that one they don't show much of. They just open the box. But I saw enough one where they went through the menus.
Oh, damn, locked post. Nothing that violates the laws regularly. Okay. Can you find me that video? That'd be great.
Yep, I'll try.
It's basically a Switch 2 brick. I mean, it could be cool, I guess. I want to see what's in it. I mean, I've never been one to like, ooh, let's look at an unboxing, but like, cool. People
I'm
are
like,
attacking Nintendo about this, but Xbox Series is quite connected online the first time to play it too. Yeah, people just got to grow up. Like, I saw a post on Reddit today, like somebody was like going off about like, I am done with video games. Here's all my reasons why. And all the comments are like, you'll either be back or you won't. Just shut up. That's what everyone says. Like they're like, I'm not gonna play games anymore if they require the internet. I'm like, yes you will. Shut up. Just be real about it. But I would love to see that. But oh yeah, Series X does require that. To be fair, I don't really see Microsoft shutting down anytime soon. It's $1 trillion company. So there's that. But I want to see what
so I will send you the video.
Yes.
But it does have voiceover, so
I'll handle that, don't worry.
I want to give you the heads up.
I got the desktop audio off. I'm ready. I do a lot. You know what? Aaron's got to give me more credit because this man saw me do some live producing every week. And then when he was running the podcast, he's like, how do I do this? I'm like, haha, you don't understand what I go through.
I saw that. I watched Aaron's podcast. I watched my podcast. It was tough. Yeah. I give you the credit, Kev.
People don't respect what I do.
It was tough, man.
Yeah.
It was tough last week. I couldn't do it.
Unboxing Russian only? What the fuck is this logo?
Oh, I didn't click on that one. I clicked on the English one.
Okay. They just did Goatsy as a logo. All right. Walk through English. Okay. Oh, yeah, nope. It's the same logo, but we're gonna leave the audio off on this just so we can see what's going down. Raster, hello. Yeah. Why is it not loading now? All right.
So I know it's nuts at like 1:30.
Here's my early prediction. This is going to be incredibly disappointing. And I say that without being cynical. Just the Switch 2. Like, it's going to look almost exactly like a Switch 1. I'm just going to predict it now. And I do not know.
Yeah.
But I want to see. So I will say it makes the Switch 1 look like a toy. That black is a lot sleeker. Love that.
I figured that's what they do with like the sequel. Like it's like, it's all black, it's sleek. Like we might have a little bit of color, so that we're still a little fun.
Looks like a Switch 1 menu. I wonder if it'll have more than 2 themes.
It won't.
Yeah, good point. I hope the last day, on the last update for the Switch, they just had a 3rd theme called Gray.
I will say this, however.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they're not starting over with the updates naming scheme.
What do you mean?
They're just continuing from Switch 1.
Oh, cool, actually. Well, that's good for backwards compatibility, I guess.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Connect to the internet, okay. Well, that's what we gotta do. All right, let's get
And
through
that's
this a
why I'm
little
like,
bit.
I didn't even watch these things because I'm like, it's the Switch 2 menu. It's a
Yeah,
Switch menu.
people care.
They weren't that exciting to begin with. Now if they had themes, that'd be a different story.
If I sign with my Switch One account, will all my games go over? That's the idea. It's supposed to be backwards
I'll
compatible
tell
for
you
everything.
on Thursday.
Yeah, he will. I hope that both USB-C ports are for charging, because like my Chromebook has 2 ports and one doesn't charge. But like, I would like the option to
I'll
go up and down.
send me your questions and I will figure that out.
Yeah, Ziggy will do a whole video on it.
Yeah, I actually will. But
Both are for charging. Good. I like that because sometimes when I'm laying it on my tummy, I don't got a lot of space for a charging cord. Let's see.
especially now that you have a child,
Sure, I'm gonna be holding her. All right, let's see what this
that real
menu looks
estate
like.
the tummy real estate all belongs to the child now.
That's true. She's my little cuddle bug. All right, this menu looks like a Switch menu. Oh, but but it's got a frame. It's got a new hat. Look at the frame. Instead of a white outline, it's got a colored gradient.
Ooh,
why is this man awake at 3:07?
$400 for that.
3:07 a.m.
Wait, what?
That's what the time says on the Switch. But I guess you
Probably
can't use
what time they're in.
Maybe. Menu be rough. It just looks like a Switch menu. I wouldn't say it's rough, but it sure looks like a Switch menu.
It's bare bones, and they like it bare bones.
I mean, I'm not disappointed, but like I don't know what people were expecting either. It's just cool to look at, I guess. The Switch One menu was rough too. I don't love the Switch One menu, mostly because when they introduced folders, it wasn't folders. Oh, we got light and dark mode confirmed. Go back. We have both.
We did it.
We did it, chat. We did. I can't even find it now. Okay. Well, that's what a Switch 2 is probably going to look like. I am appropriately whelmed. I wish we got real folders. Yeah, I still, when you explain it to me that the folders don't work like folders, I still can't comprehend it. Like, it's amazing. Like the fact that they're just like, oh, you could just categorize games. I'm like, yeah, in a folder, and you're just like, no, not like that. And my brain cannot picture how you just can't do that. Fuck.
I forgot that we had folders.
You don't though. You have categories or something. John, can you try to explain it in words?
No, I get it, but
like they're just filters. Yeah, so I guess
forgot they had that system.
It's just like racing games, I guess. I've never even done them because I was so annoyed. Anyway, this is the one I found last second.
Speaking of things that we're annoyed about.
Yeah. 3DS and Wii U had folders, true. Apparently there was a Black Panther game in development and EA has canceled it. And closed cliffhanger games. I forgot they were making a Black Panther game, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, it's something that I was really looking forward to.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, EA is going to be EA, and they kind of saw how, even with Marvel, it's not doing as well as it used to.
We've talked about it. It's over. It's Jover.
Yeah, it's so Jover for them that they were like, "Why are we doing this if it's not going to print money?"
Yeah, that's it's kind of unfortunate, but the fact that the whole studio's got to go under sucks. EA is also laying off some individuals on both its mobile and central teams. Just want to know, can anyone look up EA's profits last year? Because I think there needs to be a law in place somewhere where if you made a profit, you shouldn't be allowed to lay people off. It's never going to happen.
I can tell you the Q3.
Yeah, I'll take whatever. Because I'm sure it was millions to billions.
Net bookings for the quarter totaled $2.215 billion.
You should not be allowed to lay people off legally.
Net revenue $1.883 billion.
It just shouldn't be allowed. Why are companies allowed to lay people off? Like if you just cancel the thing and let people have jobs, you don't need a fourth yacht. Fuck you.
It's ridiculous, and I'm gonna ask you to skip to the bottom.
I will. My TikTok
because it's relevant to what we're talking about.
Skipping to the bottom.
Yeah, the former PlayStation boss says stupid money crippled the games industry.
I believe that. I'm trying to get my TikTok.
A legend.
Shuhei.
Shuhei Yoshida.
I
I
gotta
was
say, I
trying to go
love
back.
him. He has been such a
I love him.
savage on like calling people out now that he doesn't work for PlayStation anymore. I love it.
Yeah.
It's good to see. That sucks.
He was at a GamesCon Latin, I think it's LATAM, so Latin America, I think,
LAT.
conference where he spoke, and he said it remains totally possible for the industry to become truly sustainable. Proclaimed there would be require the biggest players and investors to stop treating the market like a fabled golden goose.
Yeah.
Quote, what we've been seeing for the last 2 years is just the adjustment to the misjudged spending by some companies during the COVID days, he explained. He pointed to the ill-fated M&A spree undertaken by Embracer Group as an example of a growth tactic that seemed incredibly short-sighted. Many companies and even the analysts believe the crazy growth during the pandemic would continue, so they overinvested it over it hired. And they started too many projects, but after COVID, there were a lot more ways for people to entertain themselves, so growth slowed down.
Yeah. The
End
whole
quote.
the whole COVID era really like a lot of people started playing a lot of Fortnite. I know a lot of people who strictly got into Fortnite because it was free and their friends were playing it. And then
Yeah, a
everyone
lot
started
of
chasing that trend.
like Animal Crossing. I'm like,
Yeah.
some people got into Animal Crossing because it was COVID and they didn't have anything to do. They couldn't go outside. They couldn't interact like they used to. So they had that supplement.
Yep.
But what I don't think companies understood is that this was a supplement. This was a temporary thing. And unfortunately, I think maybe Nintendo might realize it when they make the next Animal Crossing. But sometimes that goes in the back of my head, like, if Animal Crossing doesn't do well, what's going to happen with that series? But I think Nintendo realizes that was a special case.
Yeah, I kind of got lucky with that one. I
Yeah.
not to shove you, but I had this in there, and
Yeah.
then I realized I was too stupid to understand that the SDC concedes in defeat in appeal over Microsoft merger with Activision. I started reading something
Yeah.
like this, and my brain went too many words. So if you want to
Yeah.
summarize it for me, hit me.
Sure. So FTC. So after Blizzard was put up for sale, and Microsoft was like, "Hey, we'll buy you." FTC was kind of like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 slow your brakes there, buddy. We don't know if this is just gonna make this is too big of a deal." So for the past 22, 23, 24, 25, 4 years now,
Mm-hmm.
FTC has been fighting to stop this merger from happening. Like they've been fighting almost tooth and nail to block this being this deal finalizing, because in their minds, it's like, you own too much of a monopoly. If Microsoft now owns Activision and Blizzard, two of the biggest game publishers, developers in the world.
Mm-hmm. Hit me.
And I'm going to read some of this article because I didn't have a chance to read it before we went live. It's notable development that brings a protracted regulatory dispute to a close. Repeated attempts to snuff out the deal in the United States. We already talked about that.
It was Sony that was trying to shut it down more than anything, from what I remember. They're like, "You can't have Call of Duty. Why are you doing that?"
I think they initially did. They were also one of the people who tried to shut it down because they were worried about exclusivity and having what this would mean for Call of Duty on their platform. However, in new court filings that have came out, Microsoft president has pretty much said, "Yeah, we're good now." FTC backed off finally. Quote, "The commission has determined that the public interest is best served by dismissing the administrative litigation in the case. Accordingly, it is hereby ordered that the complainant in this matter be and is hereby is dismissed." So enough way to just say, "Yeah, we're done." And with FTC now being moved out the way, there is nothing to block
It's good.
the merger from finalizing.
I hope that Microsoft it becomes a petty little bitch, because I think one of the deals to make this go through was that they were like, "We're not gonna make Call of Duty exclusive. Everyone's gonna get Call of Duty. Stop crying." I hope they're the pettiest bitch, and they either don't put it on PlayStation or they give them like the DS port of Call of Duty, just to really be like, "No, what do you mean? It's right here. We ported Black Ops 7 for you," and it's like, a stick figure with a gun. Just be petty as fuck. I would love it.
I know I would love it too, but with how the fact that Forza Horizon 5 is now on PlayStation, I think that they see that it's too much money would be lost from.
Let's see. Oh, I played the
You
Wii
must-
version of COD 4. I was ranked in World at War on the Wii. Thank you very much.
I played the Wii U version of COD once.
The Wii U version of Black Ops
What's up?
2, I actually liked because the split screen, someone got a tablet, some person got the TV. It works really well. We should do more of that. We should bring tablets
It would
back
be
to
interesting.
gaming. Damn it.
How about we don't?
We should just go right back to the tablet controller. That thing was surprisingly comfortable.
I think the closest I know you're joking, but I think the closest we could get
Oh, I'm not.
is having PlayStation Portal
That thing sucks.
and the Xbox handheld as a pseudo secondary accessory.
I would love to use my Steam Deck as my primary controller if the screen did something. The problem is Nintendo didn't do anything with it. Every third-party developer figured something out, and they were like, what if we made Zelda show up on here now instead of on the TV? Like, that was all they did. That's true. And they should have done better. So
You're not wrong.
So this is all done now. And hopefully I hope we get all the Call of Duties on Game Pass. That would be great. That's what I want.
I highly doubt that, but I would love it.
We need a left turn and have Steam and Nintendo team up instead. Not gonna happen.
Hey, maybe. Maybe.
Nintendo Land was great.
They won't.
You first.
I was gonna say, hey, maybe they won't fire off thousands of people every single quarter.
That's wrong. They'll do that because corporations be corporating. But Nintendo Land was great for the showcase of the gamepad. True. Zombie U was the fucking best thing for the Wii U, and I don't care what anyone says. That game may have been made gameplay wise, but the multiplayer, where literally it was COD Zombies, but one person played God with the tablet. They could spawn the zombies anywhere they want, and like what kind they get was fucking sick. We need more.
It was awesome also because it was definitely a refresh of Ubisoft's first game they ever made.
Yeah, people didn't realize that at the time, which is kind of cool. What else do we got here? Gematsu. Black Panther game. Oh, we have two of those. And this is the thing you said before, where the PlayStation boss is stupid money. Well, we did it.
We did it.
I've done a podcast, but you know what? We're gonna do a quick list because we got a quick list because Ziggy's here and he doesn't give a shit about PS1 games. So I'm gonna go over a quick.
Wait, hold on, I might.
Well, let's find out. We got 8 of the best gaming franchises that peaked on the PS1, just like me peaking in high school, baby. Number 8, Final Fantasy. That's wrong. They peaked on PS2 of Final Fantasy X.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. I was trying to move over so I could see the stream in real time. The list is franchises that peaked on the PS1?
Correct.
I mean, I'm trying to think because after Final Fantasy 9, I'm not gonna count the MMOs. I'm trying, even though they didn't do too hot either.
Not at
14 was garbage when it first came out.
Yes, it was.
But also, people didn't like 13. People don't like 15. People didn't like 16.
Wait, so like 16?
People did not like 16.
I thought 16 was really well liked. What do you mean?
I remember initially it was well liked, but
it's got good Metacritic.
Okay.
Let's see. Go to the negative user reviews.
I didn't even think about negative. I just thought
super bummed I bought this terrible gameplay, boring world, really bad dialogue. Forced myself to play about half the game, and then I sold it. FF really sucks these days. Okay, let's see. Final Fantasy 16 disappointed that it doesn't live up to expectations. Blah blah blah.
Oh, nobody need Fantasy 11. Okay.
Yeah, I can't read that. I thought I would play, but after a few hours of watching cartoons, I got tired and deleted it from my PC. I hate everybody. Anyway, Final Fantasy, I would say 10 is still the best, but I understand why they could say it peaked on PlayStation 1. Because you had 7, 8, and 9, and 2 of those are really good.
Yeah.
And Tactics.
I don't have
Wait,
an
and
opinion.
Tactics.
I was gonna say Tactics.
So 3 of those are
You
really
can't beat
good.
Tactics.
So we can roll with that. 7, Crash Bandicoot. Yeah.
I mean, kinda.
No, they're right. Because all the PS2 and Xbox
Yeah.
games, I don't think anyone really likes.
I mean, I think my first Crash Bandicoot was Twin Sanity.
I think
and
that
I'm
one's
like,
good.
I don't. It was good.
Yeah.
So I had that to go off of, but like after that, it's kind of. I think that was kind of the start and the downfall.
Yeah, because Activision sold it. Or I'm sorry, Naughty Dog sold it to Activision, which is why we have Insane Trilogy now. And I like Insane Trilogy, but if I could point out a game that is, how do I put this? Handicapped by the frame rate, it's the Insane Trilogy. Like, that game needs to be 60 frames. Because, like, you want to jump and you're just like, oh, I wish this was a little smoother. You know?
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately shocked you said that.
Why?
Because you're not someone who cares about FPS.
No, I usually don't.
And...
But then, like, if you play the Insane Trilogy and then boot up Crash 4, because it's all, like, on the same engine, you're like, fuck, this is what it should have felt like. So, maybe. You try.
I'm sorry, they just took me back because I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Spyro.
Spyro.
I've only played Spyro 1, and I want to play the other 2.
I played the reboots.
Yeah, I played
when those came out.
Both versions of 1. I don't know why I didn't do 2 or 3, but I should.
You started 1. You just that kind of guy.
I'll try again. 5, Castlevania. Okay,
I've never touched a single Castlevania.
I'm gonna need John to pitch in because I feel like Castlevania has never really had a peak. That being said, Symphony of the Night is the best Castlevania, but like most of those games are all good except maybe the N64 one. The Game Boy Advance ones are good. Maybe the Game Boy ones are hit and miss. Game Boy Advance ones are good though. DS games are solid. Nobody played PS2 and the Xbox One. I
didn't even know they were on anything that wasn't Nintendo.
Oh yeah, they were. Symphony of the Night wasn't the peak. I would say it is. I guess it is the peak, but like it's a. I would say like it's a always up motion. I guess technically I would say it is the peak. And, you know, I guess so. You know, it's a tiny peak because all of them are good.
It's like an anthill peak.
Yeah, they're all good. Twisted Metal.
Yeah, you have to fall off for you to have a peak.
Hold on. Ratchet Game Boy Castlevania was poop. That's where it gets complicated because like one of the Game Boy ones were bad, and then the second Game Boy game was good, and then there was a third one that I don't remember. But then all the Game Boy Advance ones were fucking sick, and then all the DS ones were good. I didn't really like Order of Ecclesia that much, but it was still good. It just wasn't my favorite. They're all good mostly. They're there.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal. People hate Twisted Metal 3 because it was like made by a different studio. That is the one I remember. So there's that. Oh, the 360.
This is one of the few games my parents didn't let me play.
Really? Why?
I think it was too. I was not rated. Like I was under the age.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Just Raster said never.
It was very shocking because they let me play a lot of things.
Yeah, why is Twisted Metal the cutoff for you? Is it the
think because of the way the cover looks and like it just looked.
Fair.
But I was one thing I remember about Twisted Metal is during one of the conferences on the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was this ad that they played for the reveal of the new Twisted Metal. I think it was Twisted Metal Black.
Yep.
And they were like, "Yo, name me a game that was great on PS1, great on PS2, and great on PS3. You can't do it." And then like the two cab drivers just drive away, and then you look at the pothole, and it's just the clown. I can't think of what it's Smojo's character.
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth just coming out of the pothole, like laughing, like we're back. And then Twisted Metal Black was shit. So.
Oh no, Twisted Metal Black I think was good. I think the reboot on PS3 is the one that was at.
Wait, I thought Twisted Metal Black was the PS3 game.
No,
wasn't it?
Twisted Metal it did that thing Reboot 2 where they just call it the name. That was on PS3.
Oh, okay. I thought that's my apologies. I thought the PS3 game was black.
So and then there was one on PSP called Head On, which also got ported to PS2. I like that one a lot. I remember playing that a lot. Yeah, I think Twisted Metal could make a comeback if they tried. You know what?
I mean,
make it a
that
BR.
TV show's doing good.
Make it a BR. Fuck it, I'm in.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea.
It's not. Parappa the Rapper. Listen, I don't. These games don't do it for me.
I watch a lot of streams of Parappa the Rapper.
I just thought the whole quote there was, "I watch a lot of streams." I just thought that was gonna be it. I watch a lot of streams.
That's it. That's my T-shirt. I watch a lot of streams. ZiggyGamma.
There's this TikToker or YouTube short I always see that comes up. It's this guy who the whole thing is like, I was in a club with Tristan Tate and we got drinks and it was crazy. And you think there's gonna be more to the story, and that is it. It just every time I see that reel or something, I watch it because you always think he's gonna tell some story, and that's the whole thing.
And that's the vine.
I watch a lot of streams. I wish I clipped it in time. Oh well. Siphon Filter. Yeah, because they didn't really make anymore. They made a couple PSP games.
I must say, did they make one after?
They made PSP games, which were like prequels, ? And they were fine. I like these games because my older brother would play them and I'd watch because I wasn't allowed to play them. But the cool thing was one of the weapons was a taser. And if you tase somebody for so long, they would light on fire. It was cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Siphon Filter's really cool. I don't actually know if there are Siphon Filter games. Let's see if there. I think there was just PS1 and PSP. Let's see. Yeah, because you got.
Yeah. No, Siphon they had a PS2 Filter game.
Omega Strain was on the. Wait, it was on the PS2. Oh, this must be PAL only. Really? Oh, it came out in North America? I didn't know.
We got it first.
Wow, I didn't even know this existed. Okay, well, there you go.
May 4th, 2004.
So then there's that, and then the 2 on PSP. Okay, so I never knew the PS2 one existed.
And then Dark Mirror also was on PS2.
Omega Strain, let's see. Oh, it got a 65 out of 100 for its review. So it's the worst one. So maybe that's probably why I don't know too much about it. But
Dark Mirror wasn't horrible.
Dark Mirror, that was the PSP one I played. I never got to play Logan Shadow. But this game was good. The problem was it's on a PSP. Because do you know how you
could play it on PS2?
I didn't. But do you want to know how you do aiming on a PSP if you're playing a shooter?
I don't. I'm afraid.
I want you to hold the nearest controller you have.
Okay.
Now you're holding your left stick on the analog, right? That's how you would walk?
Yeah.
And then if you know what a PSP looks like, it has no right stick. So the right stick is the face buttons.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. Yeah, it should make you feel gross because it sucks. Yeah, it was fine. There was a lot of lock-on features that kind of compensated for it. And number 1, Tomb Raider. I call bullshit. I get that Tomb Raider is known on PS1, but those fucking reboots are peak.
Those reboots are cinema.
Yeah, they're amazing. I think they peaked on. I guess they went across from 360 to like Xbox One and PS4 to
PS3, whatever. PS4.
Yeah, those are peak. Fuck that. I disagree.
Yeah, whoever made this list, you're wrong.
Yeah,
and we just told you why.
And it doesn't matter what you feel. So I'm gonna say that's controversial. I get why you would say it's on PS1, but I'm gonna say the reboots are honestly. I don't even ever want to go play the originals again because they got tank controls and they're bad. They're not bad. I just hate tank controls.
I can't imagine they're that good.
I think the collections. I don't know if John's played them, but John's my resource for this. I think the collections got rid of the tank controls, or you can turn them off. Because if you can, I will go back and play them. But I cannot confirm that. Anyway, quick little list. Tomb Raider is good on any console. Play the N-Gage one, coward.
Call out.
Or the Game Boy Color one. That one's not great. So, ow, my.
You want to do another list or?
Nah, we gotta get out because we hit 2 hours. I got a baby to go check on.
Oh yeah.
The Tomb Raider collection has tank and monitor controls. Amazing. Well, I am gonna get out of here. Ziggy, where can everyone find you?
Greetings, folks. You can find me at ZiggyGamma on all social media platforms. ZiggyGamma on Blue Sky. ZiggyGamma on Instagram. You can find me at ZiggyGamma on YouTube, where I will be uploading more, especially with the Switch 2 release coming next week.
That was sensual. You can find me in my little social link over there. It's usually Console Kev or Console Kev Twitch. Podcast. You got here late during the show? Hey, go download the episode because it really helps out. Go. It's going to be on YouTube. All your podcast platforms of choice. And I guess you can follow Aaron. Hold on, what is this thing? I think his command right here is stupid.
Yeah, follow me. I got to go wrestle a bear this weekend.
True. That's a good band. You can follow Aaron and all those links under Stupid Idiot. And we will be getting out of here. I don't know what I'm streaming next because I have a child. And I don't have a schedule with this anymore. I will stream when I can, and I can't wait to play the game that you got me thinking again for Eagle Island or something. I'm gonna play it.
And you have a raid target?
No, I don't really rate after the podcast because I gotta
never mind.
Upload and change. Yeah. But thank you, patrons. Clipissimo, we love you. JD from the Red Leaf Retrocast, we love you. And Fafafui Chris, we love you. So thank you everyone, and goodbye.